We're speaking to Andrew Follows, better known as the blind photographer. What an extraordinary man. Andrew, can we start at the beginning? Your condition, could you describe that? And how long has that been part of your journey?
Hi Max, my condition's called retinitis pigmentosa. So I've got no sight in my left eye and I have tunnel vision in my right eye with the detail and depth perceptions are not the best. So I can see basically 2-3 metres to your 70-80 metres clear.
Wow. I mean, so many people go, poor old me, they have a pity attack and think I can't do this or I can't do that. I mean, you are an inspiration to so many people, probably because of your vision, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But what about photography? How did photography come to you, or how did you come to photography?
With the advent of digital, I used to always take photos with the old film cameras, but with the digital camera now you can take as many photos as you can and then sort of take the card out and put it through the TV or the computer. But I turned the camera into a tool, and the tool became my eyes. So I take photos and then take them home, put them through the computer, magnify it up, and then I can see the colours, the textures, everything that you can see on a day-to-day basis. So the digital camera really became a very, very positive tool for me to see the world around me.
I know you like to take photographs in that transition between sunset and darkness. Is it fair to say that you actually see better at that time of night using the camera as an aid?
Absolutely. During the daytime you've got a lot of bright light, a lot of daylight happening, so it's very hard to structure your images to take the photos. It's very hard with my limitation of my sight to photograph during the day. So at night time it's a whole new world at night time. The lighting is a lot easier for me to see because there's no distractions to try and focus on what you're trying to photograph. So, and the way cameras are designed today, they love low light, especially the camera I use. Low light is really, really fantastic, and the photographs that I've taken, it represents that.
It's extraordinary. The camera that you use at the moment, describe that one. It's a Nikon, I see.
Yeah, it's a Nikon D700. Has a D3 sensor in it, so it loves low light photography. It just captures the essence of and the moods of your images.
You know what I'm excited about? A project that you mentioned at RMIT where you're creating a prototype of a camera that you can actually voice activate.
Yeah, it's actually a little box about the size of the camera battery. Put the device into the battery grip of your DSLR, and the camera and the device talks to each other. It sends the signal to the iPhone app, which then in turn puts it into your Bluetooth, and it tells me all the settings on my camera. So I can make an adjustment, f-stop or shutter speed, and it's going to tell me by audio where I am, and I can be fully independent out on location. So, because when you're out on location during the daytime, the conditions change quite fast. So you need to be able to change your camera settings quickly. So this new audio device that RMIT is helping me with is going to enable me to do that and be really, really even more professional.
Well, that'll be something to look forward to, and I want to talk to you about that when that might happen. But along the way, Eamon, your dog, has been 2006, I think you've been together. Yeah. What a tremendous impact on your life he's got on you.
Totally. We're soulmates. We're so in tune with each other. And I couldn't do the work that I do without him. I'd still be probably sitting at home twiddling my thumbs. Having a dog, I can go out at night time. I can go out any time, and do the work that I do.
Now, you've just come back from Edinburgh. Yep. You've had an exhibition over there. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What sort of reaction was it? And tell me, how did Eamon travel?
Which question first?
Go with Eamon first.
Eamon was an absolute champion. We flew Melbourne, Singapore, then London. They had to get another flight from London to Edinburgh. And we did a couple of big stopovers to give him a break, and he was no drama at all. The cabin crew on the airlines absolutely adored him.
Yeah.
He got a lot of attention, a lot of pats, and he had fun. And he just sat there quietly.
Yes.
Because dogs don't have a sense of time. So 8 hours would be like just a normal night's sleep.
Way to go.
So Melbourne to Singapore was 8 hours, Singapore to London was 12, and he just curled up and just slept most of the way. We'd get up every couple of hours and take him for a walk around the cabin. And
What reaction there?
really exciting.
Tell me a little bit about the Edinburgh exhibition itself.
Yep. The exhibition was in two parts. It was part of obviously the Edinburgh Arts Festival, and I took 18 framed works across. The first half was night oceans, which are night images of what I love taking. Beautiful sunset photos of silhouetting and industrial, all that sort of star trails. So I took them across, and then the other 8 or 9 images were the reclaim images, and that was the regeneration after the Black Saturday bushfires.
Wow.
So, and it showed parts of Lake Mountain, because I go up there quite a lot, and Marysville after watching all the regeneration happen after those fires. And the exhibition was absolutely warmly received. It was incredible, the reaction that I was getting from it. I was just so proud. The press were all over it. I did an interview on BBC World.
Wow.
Which was really awesome. The Glasgow Herald, which is the equivalent of The Age, their weekend magazine. So the PR machine was brilliant. Yeah. We had the exhibition ran for about 2 weeks, and it was at the old ambulance depot in Edinburgh. And I think we had 200-300 people come through, which is pretty good.
Very good.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, we talked about blindness and we talked about vision. Would you like to expand your interpretation of that comparison? Hard question.
It's a hard question, but see, I've never seen myself as someone that's got a vision impairment.
No.
Because I've never had good eyesight. So I'm not, technically I'm not missing out on anything because I've never had anything to lose in the first place.
So you're totally blind in one eye. Correct. And you're partially, or very partially, on the other.
Yeah, with tunnel vision in the right eye. I spent many years just doing it on my own, compensating, making excuses not to go out at night time and all those sort of generalisations. And then I went to the eye specialist in 2004, 2005, and he was absolutely horrified that I was walking around the streets unaided. I got absolute tongue lashing over it. And I already had a affiliation with Guide Dogs Victoria because of when I was in Apex, we used to do the open day, and Apex actually started Guide Dogs back in the 50s. So I already had a connection, knew some of the staff members from doing various things through Apex. And I just thought, okay, maybe it is time. I like dogs, I don't like the cane. And I thought, let's look into see what can be done to get a dog then, and maybe that could solve a lot of my problems. So I went through the evaluation and I got accepted, said, yep, you need a dog, and matched me up with Eamon in 2006, and it's been life-changing. It really has been life-changing.
So your interpretation then on vision, which is more cerebral, inside your head, let's talk about concept, idea, reality in a photograph?
A lot of it's to do with imagination, firstly. I build a mental picture in my mind first and think, okay, now how am I going to construct that into a photograph? And it's just a matter of going out, seeing what's out there. You do a bit of research, grab your camera, do some practice runs and see what the camera can do under certain conditions, and hopefully you've got the image that you want to use.
Another part of your talent pool is teaching. So I believe that you're getting a great deal of satisfaction out of teaching kids photography with amazing vision.
Yeah.
With amazing vision.
Yeah, I just finished doing a project with Art Play here with the City of Melbourne, and they run art programs for under 12-year-olds. And I put up my hand to run a program, and they said, yep, we've got an exhibition. So for 4 weeks on a Sunday afternoon, we all get together, and I just teach them the basics in photography. I don't go into the heavy-handed stuff. But I showed them what it's like to be visually impaired, and we have simulated glasses, and the kids try.
Yeah, you might show those to our viewers.
Yeah.
This is when you come to have a look at Andrew's photographs. You put them on, and it'll describe how much vision Andrew has. So
it simulates my vision. It's just a little pinhole here. So the kids were wearing those, and I quite naturally were quite scared. But they love the whole concept of photography, and I showed them how to frame it, do a framing, do some portraits, do family shots, group shots, and macro photography. So
kids get Eamon, they get you, they get the glasses, and they're upskilled.
I have never seen so many photos of Eamon.
Yeah.
I had to go through 4,500 photographs, and I reckon about 2,500 were of Eamon.
Yeah.
They absolutely loved him.
No,
well, so they've got an exhibition coming up at Art Play this month as well. So.
Well, congratulations on that. And look, the energy that you bring to life is something to be very, very proud on. But thank you very much. I think everyone that watches this interview will be both inspired and fascinated by an amazing story.
Thank you so much, Max. It's such an honour.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers.